Capricorn, we've been having an intense eclipse season. 3 eclipses happened back to back in the month of July and August, and then we have 6 planets which are retrograde. Planets which are retrograde, which means they appear to move backward. They've been delaying the blessings that were supposed to come through from the eclipse seasons. I'm here to talk about those blessings coming through as the energy completely changes in the second half of the month of August. So let's talk about where we're coming from, and then we'll talk about how the energies are there now and how you can take advantage of all the blessings that are coming in the second half of the month of August. So we started with 11th of August, new moon partial solar eclipse in Leo, which was the last eclipse in Leo for the next 19 years with the nodes, and also it was the last eclipse of this year and this season. It happened in 8th house. This was on 11th of August, but the effects of this eclipse will last for the next 6 months, and specifically for the next 1 or 2 months, you'll feel that very strongly. Now, that happened in your house of intimacy, hidden pursuits, going deep in terms of research or learning something by going deep into research with it. What does a new moon do? New moon brings something new to you. It initiates something new. Sun and moon come together to create something new for you. But when a solar eclipse happens, there is an intense need to create that. And this solar eclipse came with Mercury sitting in the same place as the eclipse point. So there was huge amount of awareness and discussion on what's about to come. Your joint finances have been in a lot of discussions since about 29th of June is when Mercury entered that house for you, and it will stay there till 5th of September. So there have been a lot of discussions, and because Mercury went retrograde, which means it appears to be backward since 26th of July, there have been a lot of reviews, reconsiderations of your joint finances. You're also the last eclipse that happened in July, which was the longest eclipse of the century. The lunar eclipse in Aquarius was also in your finances house. So finances have been a topic of discussion. Mars was also retrograde in that house. So you've been reviewing how do you use your resources, you've been reviewing how do you spend, what do you are you efficient in your management of your resources. It's trying to strategize that financial decisioning that you take place. Maybe there's some new asset that you've been looking to acquire, a large investment that you've been looking to acquire, and that have been going through review over the past month or so. And it's even though the urge to acquire that new asset might have been high, but the timing was not right because Mars was also moving backward, and it will continue to be moving backward till 27th of August. So the large purchases and the big decision on finances are best left to September, but this is the month to do a lot of those deep digging analysis of how are your joint finances being handled, how are you contributing to the joint finances, and it's also an area of debt. How are you managing your loans and your support system that is coming from other sources? Because it's a new moon, some new financial support might come to you. It's also the house of inheritance. Some inheritance issue which were under consideration might resolve over the coming month for you, and money start coming through that as well. It's also a house where some hidden support might come through. A benefactor might come through, a break might come from a benefactor or a sponsor that might come through. It could give you the much needed infusion of cash required, the financial support required. This also infuses new energy into your intimacy and bed pleasure sector, especially intimacy with the lovers, where because this has been a topic of discussion. So intimacy might have been a topic of discussion for quite some time, and there might have been some issues that might have come up over the last couple of weeks where you found the intimacy was not up to where it should be. So this adds the much needed boost to your intimacy sector as well. And it's coming with a touch of Jupiter, which is good luck, and it's coming with a touch of Jupiter in 11th house, which is the house of your hopes and dreams. So it's a positive house. It's also a social house, so it comes with a positive energy from your friends. It's possible that the financial support or the benefactor that you have, the money coming through, could be from a friends, could be from a benefactor, could be from a sponsor, from your social network who's helping you in this. Joint finances in your loans, in your equity, probably being put into your own business sector. So that's one of the things that it could play out. Eighth house is also a negative house. It also stands for any karmic relationships, any bad habits that you might have. So, there have been, if you have any old addictive karmic relationships that you have in the past gotten rid of, Mercury retrograde might bring those to light. But there's a purpose to those coming to light. The purpose is to release them. Also, it's also coming to know what did you love about that, what worked or did not work in that past relationship. And most likely that relationship was purely karmic, it was purely sexual, probably. So that might come back in your mind. All the Mercury retrogrades this year are in your psychological houses, so there's a lot of going deep inside and digging and finding out what do you love. Uranus is also transiting your house of love and passion. So some new facts are coming to life about what do you love, what brings joy to you. You these are also very fixed houses for you. This is eighth house is the house of transformation, where this solar eclipse is there on 11th of August, and it's in a fixed house. Your house of transformation has fixity in it, so you might feel it with like a jolt a little bit. You might feel like you're being thrown out of your comfort zone a little bit. Eighth house is also house of sexual issue, hormonal issues. So some of hormonal issues might also come up during this time. Lunar activity might enhance if you have any sexual organ issues, so just be careful about that. Use whatever calming exercise that you could use to hold your own. You have a lot of support internally for it, but health does get affected during lunar activity, so it's best to take care of that. It's also the house of letting go of a little bit of control. Uranus in fifth house is teaching you how to have more fun, and you are quite committed in your personal relationships, even in your casual romantic relationships. They are not really casual; they are fun. They are where you love to spend money and do extravagant things with your lovers, but at the same time, you're quite committed even in your love relationships. Uranus in fifth brings out some fun partners for you, and it just went into that sector in May, so that cycle has just begun. It might bring out some unique partners to you, especially if you're a early Cancer, so end December born. Sorry, if you're a early Capricorn, which is the end December born Capricorn, or 0 to 10 degree Capricorn, 0 to 5 actually, to be narrower, because Uranus is just entered there in May, and it's a very slow moving cycle. None of us have in our lifetime seen Uranus enter Taurus, because it has a 84-year cycle. So the last time Uranus was in Taurus was 84 years back. So it has come to your fun, passion, creativity, and love sector for the first time. All of us are experiencing that. So something unique might come up, and while your sexual house is stoked with fresh energy, you can expect to have some fun there over the coming couple of months. But it will come with its own sense of reevaluating discussion, because Mercury is involved. There might be some arguments around it with your partner. You just had a new moon in your seventh house last month as well. So something new in the life of your partner might have come up as well. And you're trying to make your mark, your place in it. And 12th of August, Mars moving to your first house in Capricorn helps you in that. It gives you the energy to stand your ground. When Mars enters your house, normally it would help you create, and it's a time to stand your ground. But Mars is, like most of the planets, is right now retrograde, so it's moving backward. When it moves backward, it gives you the urge to do this more internally. The work is more internal till 27th of August, because Mars is moving backward but in your sign. So it will urge you to do something different. It will urge you to bring out your strength. Mars in your sign is very strong. It's cool headed, it's hardworking, just as you are. And it's spending a good amount of time in your first and second houses. So your self-worth and your ability to stand your own ground is coming out more and more. It could cause some clashes in your social networks and in your home life, so just be careful about the impulses that come with it. It will be there till about 10th of September, but it can give you the much needed courage to do something different, to stand your ground, especially at your work. Because it's your if it's especially you're a Capricorn sun, it will give you the energy to stand up in your career for yourself. And Saturn is there in your house. This is like a buckle down time. Saturn in your house, Saturn rules you, and it is a very hard working planet. It makes everybody work hard, but it comes naturally to you. Saturn in your house till 2020 has the hopes and dreams to realize something long lasting for you, bringing you to the peak of your career in 2020. And that peak will come only if you put in the effort right now. Whatever you're building right now will be tested in 2020. And you have Uranus adding creativity to what you're doing right now, because Saturn is working in positive energy with Uranus in the house of creativity and joy. So you're bringing new passion to your work. You're bringing new passion to what you do. You're bringing creativity to what you do. You're bringing maybe some influences of a childlike happiness to what you do. And that's really true for early Capricorns, which is December born Capricorn, but slowly this transit will come to all of you. So just put in the effort, don't take any shortcuts at work, which you naturally don't do. But you're creating a career for your lifetime. You're building something for your life in your career and even in your health. Because this affects, especially if you're a Capricorn rising, Saturn in your first house is a great time to build a workout routine. It's a great time to build out a health routine, to improve your diet. Mars this year will spend 6 months in your diet sector. It is making you change your diet. It's making you work hard on your diet as well. So bring something unique to your diet as well, while Saturn is there. And that these are longer term influences. I'm just letting you know what energy exists beyond this month as well. So now on 12th of August, Mars moves in your sign. You get the much needed boost over the coming days. It will take some time because it's retrograde, so the energy is more inside you versus physically being outside. When Mars is retrograde, our energy levels are lower. Our drive is a bit lower. But don't worry about that. It's just a matter of a week or two, because from 27th of August, Mars goes direct in your house. It will give you the much needed energy and boost to bring about the changes that you're looking for. Then comes the tide changing. From 19th of August, some very beautiful aspects start coming in, which start helping you, adding to you. On 19th of August, Mercury goes direct in your 8th house of intimacy. It goes direct in your house of joint finances as well. It goes direct in your houses of any addictive behavior that have been holding you down. So all the communication issues with your partner on your joint finances, or the things that were not clear to you, the blessings that were supposed to come out of the 11th August new moon, starts slowly rolling in, and it will take time for Mercury to get out of shadow. It takes about a week for it to get out of shadow, but by the next week of it, that is last week of August, you see clearly, because last week of August Mercury revisits the eclipse point while it's moving in the right direction. So the clarity on what gifts were supposed to come to you in your joint finances, in your intimacy sector, in your sector of getting your insides right, and your healing, the requisite healing that you needed to move forward in your life, that comes through to you at the end of the month. On 19th of August, as Mercury goes direct, it makes a beautiful trine with Venus. Now, Venus is blessing your career sector this month. Venus is in 10th house of your career, and it's in house of Libra. It's in sign of Libra. So partnerships at work are working beautifully this month. And when Mercury goes direct, all these communications in these partnerships at work will start going positively as well. If there was any confusion that was happening in terms of information share at work, that will go away. It will help you in terms of any negotiations with the clients at work as well. You would see that it will be adding some beauty, harmony, and structure to your work. It's great for your reputation. This aspect, which happens from 19th to 21st to 22nd of August, you feel the positive boost come to your work sector with that. On 19th of August, there's another very beautiful aspect, because there's so much good coming from this time. You have you have a very rare trine of Jupiter, the planet of the benefic planet and the expansion planet, move in positive energy with Neptune, the spirituality and an intuitive planet in your house of communication, combined together, infusing the much needed positive energy in your social houses. This makes your social life go deep. It helps you know the right people who can help you in your career. These are the people who can help you make your own business. If you're making your own wealth right now, this is an excellent aspect of getting a sponsor to you, because Uranus is in fifth house, so your creativity is stoked. If you are in your own business, that adds to you very much. And Jupiter in 11th is all about making big wealth. It's about making the big bucks when Jupiter goes direct. And Jupiter just went direct in July in this area of big wealth. So you are going to gain from networking. You're going to get more confidence in your long-term goals, in terms of your dreams and hopes that you have about your wealth and work. So it gives you the much Neptune in positive energy, with this already benefic factor that exists for you till November. Jupiter is in this house of your big wealth, networking, and benefactor sector for till November. It will continue to bless you, but this aspect of Neptune trining that, Neptune going in positive energy with that from 19th, when it's exact on 19th of August, and it aspect is actually live from 11th to 25th of August, but 19th is when the effect is exact and strongest. You feel it the strongest, and you feel it in your in your bones. You feel it in your bones because it's in water signs. So you feel the support coming intuitively. You feel the support internally and externally. It expands your social network. Long-term goals get benefited, and it's a very rare aspect, because Jupiter and Neptune will not be in positive energy in a trine aspect for the next 150 years. This is the last time that's happening. And why it is even more important is that Jupiter is moving in the direction it should. It is one of the few planets which are moving directly, and they're moving directly in your wealth sector. So your ambitions are stoked. It's Jupiter in Scorpio is fairly sexual, and this aspect could to some extent bring sexual relationships with friends and colleagues and people who you deal with on a day-to-day basis. So deal with it in the way you want to. You are not a frivolous sign, so just be careful about that. And Jupiter is not a frivolous planet, so it's going to be deep. Whatever happens right now, there's a possibility of some deep relationship, considering the new moon you just had in your intimacy sector to develop. So treat it as you want to. My advice is just that Neptune is retrograde right now, so you are not under any illusion. So I would say go for it if it feels the right fit for you. You are not getting cheated, in my view, because Neptune, the planet of illusion, is currently retrograde, so you see things clearly. This is a very intuitive aspect. It's a very optimistic aspect. I'm really looking forward to that for all the cardinal signs, more so for you, because the goodness of this doesn't stop here. On 23rd of August, Sun moves into Virgo. Now, this is your ninth house of belief, higher thinking, higher knowledge, perfecting your skills. But it's not a airy fairy house for you. It's a lucky house, but you have a very analytical sign in that house. So for you, Capricorns, higher belief is in work. You have a very practical belief systems. You do believe in spirituality, you do believe in higher powers, but generally your sign believes in putting in the work. You feel that you have the power to create your destiny, while the gods continue to bless you, but only if you put in the work. It's a very Saturnian way of thinking, that if you do the work, then you get the blessings. That is all the more highlighted from 23rd of August. This belief is all the more highlighted after 23rd of August. So you buckle down and do the work. That's how you make your belief system work. But you are rewarded for it all, and you see the first reward come on 26th of August. There is a earth grand trine. Capricorn, you are a earth sign. Earth signs are the ones who believe in material manifestations of things, and they are here to manifest something material for all of us. So when you have a earth grand trine, you are creating something tangible out of all the aspects that exist. There are three planets who are moving in positive energy with each other. Saturn in your sign, asking you to buckle down and do the work and bring structure to all areas of your life. Uranus, which is stoking and bringing some freedom and love and creativity in your life, and intuition in your life. And you have Sun shining a light over your practical beliefs that you have, focusing on your knowledge. Now these three planets are working together. When when Sun and Uranus work together, they encourage you to try something new. They encourage you to try something foreign, because ninth house is the house of foreigners. So maybe this brings in a foreign love, a unique love. It could bring in very much a person who's of foreign origin, not related to you, comes into your life and brings in love. It could also be that your passion for traveling materializes in you having a nice travel that happens. But if a person does come into your life during this time, because Saturn is in first house, I believe that's for long term. It's not a frivolous relationship. A person coming into your life right now will be there for long term. So just be prepared for that. You are the sign who's going to analyze that person inside out. But just letting you know, Uranus and Phi in the fifth sign, with a blessing coming from ninth house, could bring in sudden pregnancies as well. This is especially true for December born Capricorn, because Uranus is currently, as I said, in the early degrees. So treat it as you want to. It's in my view, because of the way it's aspected, it's a blessing. So that's a possibility. Whatever new creative foreign thing it brings to you, because again, your house of creativity, higher knowledge, and your hard work are coming together. So if there's a new creative project that you're trying your hands on using your expanded skills, it would help. It would be there for your long term. It will give you benefits over the long term that you have. And again, this nothing comes alone for you. On 26th of August, this very aspect of Earth Grand Trine is being joined with the full moon in Pisces. Pisces is your third house of mundane. So when a full moon happens in Pisces, which is supposed to be an intuitive sign, you have an intuitive sign sitting in your day-to-day functioning. You get an important message. First of all, when full moon happens in your communication house, you are bound to get a deeper communication come to you. Now it's for you to look out for these signs, on in which form, whether it comes in form of a colleague coming and telling you something, whether it's a simple direct email coming to you. But you see this grand trine that I just talked about, which is bringing something new and unique to you, manifest in either a physical or an intuitive message coming to you. It's coming clearly to you, as it's an opposition and it's forming something we call a kite configuration, which is a which is which is a fated configuration, bringing something positive and real to you. So look out for clues, look out for your intuition striking gold during this time, and it's valid for the next 2 weeks. Especially again, early degrees of Capricorn. If you're a December born Capricorn, watch out for these clues that are coming to you. You have an infusion of courage with this as well. It's trying to bless your nervous system, your insides, infuse you with a lot of activity and courage to handle this increased activity that is coming your way. So find the deeper meaning in the mundane. That's the message of the Pisces full moon in the third house. It will you sun is shining in Virgo, so you will practically analyze whatever message is coming to you. You're not going to leave any inch of it unanalyzed. Just be sure to make use of your intuition during this time. Don't forget this is for every full moon is in opposition. The sun and moon are in opposite sector. Sun at this time is in analytical house, and the moon is in intuitive house, intuitive sign. So try to use both sides of your brain, the left side and the right side. It's asking for a lot, but the manifestation is in Earth Grand Trine format, so you're bound to earn something out of this. It's like your dharma is your karma. That's what I think for you, Capricorn. You believe that your work is your true blessing. So putting in the work is what brings you your true blessings. But don't miss out the clues that are coming your way, especially if you're an early Capricorn. I have a lot of hopes for you, and the intimacy for all of you is highlighted this month. So good luck for that, and I hope to see you very soon in September. I'm sorry for the delay in the readings this month, but large part of what's coming for you is still in store for the rest of August. So I hope you find this reading useful. Thank you.